You've probably noticed that your Schoology dashboard looks a bit empty. As of right now, you probably have the section of Schoology 100 that you added with our join code so that you could participate in our online learning modules. And you may have a summer school tile or two if you happen to be teaching summer school, but other than that, it's pretty empty in here. This is because you're learning over the summer and there are no actual live courses in Infinite Campus to sync over to Schoology. Those will begin to appear in your course dashboard as your school builds its master calendar for the fall. Usually, this will start to happen kind of in the early days of August and will begin to fluctuate and update, and some will disappear and some new ones will appear as your school goes through the process of building its master calendar for the fall. This is not particularly helpful in the summer when we're wanting to learn alongside our Schoology 100 module in an actual course. So you don't have those live courses to use, but we do have an option for you that will help bridge the gap a little bit until those live courses do start to appear. And that is the Create a Course option. Please note that this is turned off 99% of the time because it doesn't play very nice when we are syncing courses over from Infinite Campus. But right now, since we're not syncing, we are able to use the Create a Course tool. So we're going to show you how to do that. Up in the left-hand corner where it says Grossmont Union High School District, right next to that, you'll see courses. Go ahead and click there. Once you click on courses, you'll see, of course, the Schoology 100 course that you're enrolled in, that you joined with a join code. And then we're going to come all the way over to the right where it says My Courses in blue, and we're going to go ahead and click there. You'll notice that next to where you chose Join a Course in the earlier session to get into your Schoology 100 course, there's also a blue button that says Create a Course. Remember, most of the time this will not be there. You won't be able to just create courses all year long because the courses that you'll need will be syncing over from Infinite Campus. But for now, since we're doing summer learning, we can go ahead and choose Create Course. This will ask you for some basic info about the course you're creating. The good news is during a regular school year, all of this information will be already pre-picked for you because it's coming over from Infinite Campus. But for right now, since we're making one from scratch, we're going to go ahead and put in a name for the course. We could just call it Summer Learning and just leave it as Section 1 for the next box where it says Section Name. For subject area, there's a little drop-down menu. I'd just choose other. You don't need to be real specific here. We're probably going to delete this course after you're done with your Schoology 100 learnings. So we can also go down to level and just choose none. Don't need to be specific there. We will need to assign it a grading period. And you'll notice that as you scroll your way through this little box right here for grading periods, down at the very, very, very bottom, there's one called Summer Test. Go ahead and choose that. And now you're ready to create your little sample course or sandbox course that you're going to play in for your summer learning. So go ahead and click the green box that says Create. And this is going to launch us straight into the dashboard of the course that we just made. And you'll notice that it looks very similar, identical to the course that you are in as a learner, your Schoology 100 module. But there's kind of a generic little picture up here, and it gives you the option to edit that picture. Matt's going to talk you through that in the course setup module. And so you'll be able to click there and change your course tile. This is, one of the only places that you'll be able to mess around with that for right now. And then you'll also notice that you have all of the options down the side, and you have the Add Materials button here, which you will be playing with in modules 3A and 3B. This will give you a chance to try out all of the different materials that you can add for students. This is also a great place to practice from module 1, all of the course setup and course options features that we talk you through. You'll be able to play with those here. You'll be able to use up here by the magnifying glass, there's like a little waffle with 4 squares. This is the App Center. You'll be able to use that here as you're following along in the Schoology modules. So this little created course or summer learning sandbox course that you've got here will be a great place for you to learn alongside all of the Schoology lessons that you'll be taking. There is one exception though, and that is the grade book. You'll notice when I come over to the left and choose gradebook from the menu, it gives me kind of an overview of what a gradebook will look like, but it's not really helpful in terms of me trying the learning on alongside my instructors in my summer learning module. So we are going to give you one other option for those gradebook learning modules, which is to use a Schoology test course. And we have a separate video showing you how to launch a Schoology test course just for the purpose of playing in the gradebook while you're doing your summer learning. It looks pretty similar. I've got a window already set up here for you. It looks pretty similar. You'll notice a couple of big differences in the sandbox or test course, which is the first is that it says you are in a test environment in this teal banner across the top. This lets you know that you have gone to a whole separate website. Anything you play with in here, you can't mess things up. But remember, we're just here to use that gradebook option. And so you'll notice that once I click the gradebook in my Schoology test environment, I actually do see students and potential grades and things along those lines. And I can come in here and fiddle around and play and learn about the gradebook alongside the Schoology 100 modules here. The other option that you have is that you can take those Schoology gradebook learnings from our 100 module and treat them more as just an opportunity to get familiar visually with them by watching the videos and completing the apply questions without actually going in and trying to play around and manipulate things and click on every little thing lockstep with the training videos. You can just kind of watch and absorb and learn. And then when the fall comes and you actually do have live Schoology classes coming over from campus, you could revisit those modules or revisit that master learning resource that we shared with you just to kind of refresh yourself with the learnings on how to use that gradebook with a live course. So two options for you as you go through your summer learning. One is this test environment or Schoology test option. You're probably only going to want to use that for things having to do with the gradebook. Again, you have the option to just treat those gradebook modules more as theoretical learning. You're going to kind of watch and absorb, and then you'll try it out in the fall. If you want to try it out now as close as you can, the Schoology test environment is the best option for you. And we've got a separate video for you to use to figure out how to get into that and get into an archived course. Then you also have the created course option that we just walked you through, where you went to courses and created your new course. And you can use that as a place to play and try out some of the other steps and tools that you'll be learning in this summer training. So those are the two options we have for you. We hope that that will give you a pretty broad experience with most of what you'll be doing when you actually have live Schoology courses in the fall.